CJ and Sinclair.
And this your girl Rina.
Make sure y'all subscribe to CJ, Rina, and Sinclair. Alright, today we got a reaction video on CARLIN.
Battered Plants.
Guys, don't forget to donate at the bottom so we can keep going. And y'all know what it is. Try
not
to
laugh.
And you know what it is, my unlaughing face. That's the winner face, always, always. Guys, I know y'all ready. We're ready. You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's get it.
I'd like to mention a social problem we have in this country that a lot of people don't like to talk about, especially in public, but I think it's time we met this thing head on. It exists in a lot of families, although most people won't admit to it. I'm talking about battered plants. Okay, it's plant beating, pure and simple. There's no way to put a nice face on it. But it's part of a larger problem. It's part of an overall problem which is called the battering syndrome. And we've heard mostly about battered wives. That's the most prevalent part of the problem. And some work has been done in that direction. But then we began to hear about battered husbands. There are also battered husbands. Apparently this happens when the woman is real big, the man is real small, and they each drink a quart of whiskey a day. And we began to hear that other members of the family were affected. Battered step-uncles-in-law, battered foster cousins, battered third cousins once removed. In fact, the whole notion of battered distant relatives strikes me as awfully strange. To get on a bus and ride for 6 or 7 hours just to beat the shit out of someone you hardly ever see. I don't know. But the problem continued to grow. Battered fiancés, battered best friends, battered total strangers, which I think indicates a short fuse, don't you? And battered blind dates, which, as many of you know, quite often is completely justified.
It is true.
But then the problem took a bizarre turn. Then it got a little sick. We began to hear about battered pets. Battered pets. I couldn't believe it. When I first heard it, I said to myself, what? And I answered, well, yes, apparently so, according to the information. I often have these little conversations with myself. I do so love good conversation. But it's true, there are battered pets. This happens when someone gets frustrated at work, comes home, and beats the shit out of Fluffy. Then the problem got really out of hand. We began to hear about battered plants. Battered plants. And I said to myself, I said, what? And I answered, well, because this time I was speechless. But it's true, there are battered plants. And I don't mean just physical abuse. I'm not talking about strictly the physical abuse of plants. I don't mean like drop kicking some zinnias into the next yard. I'm not talking about pistol whipping a gardenia. I'm not even talking about stopping the car, getting out and pissing on a bush. But I am talking about psychological abuse. I'm talking about the mental torture that we put plants through day in and day out. For instance, hanging plants. How do we know they aren't scared shitless up there? No wonder ivy clings. You'd cling too to the side of a building. So when you get home tonight, please take a look around the house and make sure you haven't left a plant in some corner where it doesn't want to be. And for God's sakes, never, never keep a plant in the bathroom.
Wow.
They hate that.
Wow.
Oh man, CARLIN, that was a lot of truth, because I know.
I never really thought about that.
Right, we can hung some plants a lot, but you never really think about it hanging plant.
Yeah, you wouldn't think about putting a plant in the bathroom be like bad either.
Because you know, plants bring oxygen and life. So
yeah.
Some people might need that oxygen in the bathroom.
Well, mostly it's trees.
Plants give you oxygen too. Why do you think a lot of people have plants in their homes?
Yeah, but it's mostly trees.
A plant.
Trees.
A tree is a plant.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of plant it is. Yes.
Because you plant it in the ground. You plant it in a soil pile.
I give you that. Maybe. But yeah, guys. Yeah, definitely check out that video in the description below, comment below, and also donate below. So keep going.
And guys, make sure to subscribe to CJ, Rina, and to Clara.
Clara. Like always, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Saying